Recently, WWE has announced a new scheme in which independent wrestlers would be able to have a gateway into the WWE, and that is through its new system known as WWE ID. ID standing for Independent Development. It looked to give indie wrestling wrestlers a chance to have an in towards the company. Now, not a while back, WWE did a similar program with non-wrestlers known as WWE Nil, which is basically taking athletes, taking people from other sports like football, basketball, or athletics, however, and training them to becoming WWE wrestlers. And it's had a good effect. You have the likes of Bianca Belair who have come through that system, and they have thrived through being able to learn through a WWE style of performance. Now, obviously, there is the second half of this, which is the independent wrestlers who have basically done their own way to grind through the indie scene to become WWE superstars. Your likes of Seth Rollins, your AJ Styles. A lot of wrestlers do that. A lot of wrestlers go through that process as well. So this has seemingly been a positive sign in terms of coming in. Now, there have been critics in regards to the WWE ID program, as it is very similar to what happened with the NXT UK side of things. As what happened was that the NXT UK brand seemingly took the best of the British wrestlers away from the rest of the indie wrestling scene, and it kind of diminished the British wrestling scene as a whole. Now, there were other lying factors towards that. There was a lot of scandals that came out around the same time. So that can be seen as one or the other in a sense. However, for me, I feel like this is a step in a good direction, because it allows companies, like wrestling training companies, to be able to help these wrestlers become a good WWE style. It helps the wrestlers themselves progress correctly into becoming WWE superstars, and gets them notoriety and gets them fans before they're even in the door. Now, a lot of wrestlers do have that already. There's a lot of independent wrestling promotions that promote their own stars, and that those stars do get a fan base. But to have the backing of the WWE as a independent wrestler, it is the best of the best in the industry. So to have that, it gives you more eyes, because it gives you not just the eyes of the hardcore fans that like that independent wrestling company themselves, but it also gives you the casual eye as well, because they're being shown on this program. Now, how it will work, according to WWE themselves, it will allow fans to be able to watch through wrestlers' progression. It also allows the wrestlers themselves to gain a lot more training and development within the WWE system as well. Now, there have been 4 or 5 schools that have been identified as WWE ID schools, and you'll find that a lot of those are former WWE or current WWE superstars as well. The 5 that I've found: the Reality of Wrestling, which is currently run by Booker T and his wife Sharmell; Elite Pro Training Center, which is run by Mike Hallow and Scott Reed; the Nightmare Factory, which is of course the training facility done by Cody Rhodes; NOCX Pro Entertainment and Academy, which is run by Rikishi, he is the president of the company; and Black and Brave Wrestling Academy, which is of course is well known wrestling training academy by Seth Rollins. So again, a lot of those names are either former or current WWE superstars. But again, this is all based around whether you see it as monopolizing the industry or whether you see it developing the industry as a whole, it depends on how you look at it. For me, I think it's a good thing because you're going to be able to get the casual eye on the independent product, and you're going to get a lot of these people who are seen as ID prospects. Now people are going to be looking at, okay, what are they doing next? Oh, they're coming to my town soon. Especially if in America, it's more likely that they will kind of go around a lot of different scenes. They may be more interested in the more independent products, and there's a lot of intrigue in this. Now, there's been, from what I can see so far at the time recording, which is Wednesday, the 13th of November, there have been 10 prospects been announced on the WWE ID page. Those are Shawn Legacy, Cappuccino Jones, Zeta Steele, Bryce Donovan, Marcus Mathers, Sam Holloway, Jack Summit, Zara Zakir, It's Gal, and Ice Williams. Now, they've been either announced on their own shows, through the schools they've been part of. So I know that Reality of Wrestling have had a couple of announcements themselves when their live shows. I know that William Regal had 2 of the guys backstage at SmackDown last week, which were, I believe, Marcus Mathers and Sam Holloway. They were given their opportunities by William Regal himself, and it was showcased on the ID X page. Now, for me, again, like I said, you're going to want to know more about these people. Like I'm now looking at who these guys are, where they're wrestling, what they do, what they've currently done, where they've been, and I know that if they've been at certain promotions, that they're going to have certain styles to ascend. But it's all about finding out more about these people. So when they do arrive in the WWE, NXT, SmackDown, Raw, however, you're going to know a bit about them from the get-go, and it means that it allows you to then give that person a platform to do that shock value, that pop from the start. And again, that I feel as though is a positive outcome. For me, this is a good sign. I think it adds to the development from the WWE NIL program. So then you're going to have the best athletes getting trained as wrestlers, and then the best wrestlers being able to be developed correctly for the system. And you're going to end up with a great roster. And it's not like it's a bad roster at the beginning to begin with right now. For me, this is a good step in the right direction. It allows that kind of foot in the door for a lot of these independent wrestlers. And again, it's not going to be for everyone. People are going to want to go and stay on the indie scene. People are going to want to go to AEW, go to New Japan, and do all those sort of things. I think this allows them to still do that in a sense. But I think if you're a prospect with WWE, you're more likely to go onto TV through the WWE system. Maybe going through TNA, because there seems to be a lot on that agreement with TNA, that there's a lot of back and forth between NXT and TNA at the moment. You may end up there, you'll end up on TV one way or another, and it's, for me, a positive sign. I think it's a positive sign anyway. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the WWE ID program. If you like this video, please leave it a like. Subscribe if you are new. Let's get the subscribers up for this wrestling channel. And until next time, guys, take care.